This here's the story of the first ever Wild Wild West Show GKIC Marketing and Money Making Super Conference 2012. This is GKIC Diamond member John Melly with a Wild West tale of the first ever Wild Wild West Show, the 2012 GKIC Marketing and Money Making Super Conference. Dan Kennedy, the original Maverick Renegade millionaire who's been roaming the prairies and making money since before the internet and cell phones, asked me to share this information with you. If being an entrepreneur has you feeling like the lone cowpoke standing around the Alamo, come on over, set a spell at the campfire and listen up. You'll find out how to win the West and the East, North and South, and make 2012 your best year ever. Sure enough, no BS. Okay, enough of that. The 2012 Super Conference featured guest speakers are two influential leaders with extraordinary messages of optimism to challenge and direct you to new heights of achievement. First up is one of America's leading entrepreneurial CEOs, Dina Dwyer Owens. Dina likes to think big and live rich. Hey, everything's big in Texas, and this CEO rides herd on one of the biggest franchise organizations in the service field. As CEO of the Dwyer Group, Dina leads over 1,500 franchisees, delivering in-home services to more than 2 million homes every year, generating $800 million in yearly revenues. The Dwyer Group's brands include Mr. Rooter, Glass Doctor, and Rainbow International Carpet Cleaning and Restoration. Dan had the privilege of doing some consulting and writing work with Dina's father, the founder of Rainbow, many years ago, and have watched with great interest as Dina has taken the reins and grown this company to its present epic size and scope. And I know you'll be inspired by her story and her rich formula for building success that lasts. Dan has often talked about the power of marketing by values and threatened to write an entire book on this subject. On the someday list, I'm afraid. But the Dwyer Group's always been a values-driven business, and Dan included one of Don's original value pledges in early editions of the Ultimate Marketing Plan book. This is your opportunity to hear firsthand from one of the most dynamic, successful, value-driven entrepreneurs and CEOs in the country, leading an organization of independent business people in the U.S. and abroad to living rich. The next feature speaker you won't want to miss is Rabbi Daniel Lapin, who'll share ancient wisdom's secret for unlimited abundance. What would a Wild West place be without the preacher? Even Deadwood had one. Welcome to our Wild Wild West show. Author of the best-selling book, Thou Shalt Prosper, The 10 Commandments for Making Money, Rabbi Daniel Lapin, president of the American Alliance of Jews and Christians, is a frequent guest on talk radio and TV, featured in the Wall Street Journal and National Review, and a popular speaker for YPO, Young Presidents Organization, corporations like Prudential, even Harvard Law School. Dan's speaking colleague, Zig Ziglar, is a fan of Rabbi Lapin, as is Dan. In fact, Dan ranks his book, Thou Shalt Prosper, as one of the shortlist must-read books on wealth and correct thinking about wealth. Rabbi Lapin's background is eclectic. Before immigrating to the U.S. in 1973, Rabbi Lapin studied Torah, physics, economics, and mathematics in Johannesburg, London, and Jerusalem. This seemingly unlikely combination forms the bedrock of his conviction that there is no conflict between spirituality and virtue and success and wealth. In these times of great chaos and uncertainty, Rabbi Lapin says, the more things change, the more you must depend on those things that never change. This super conference is your personal opportunity to hear this remarkable thought leader share the success principles that never change. Next up is the featured celebrity speaker, live and in person, John Rich. Charity activist and philanthropist, entrepreneur, and winner of a tough fight on Donald Trump's 2010-2011 Celebrity Apprentice, and country western songwriter, singer, and superstar John Rich will share behind-the-scenes stories of a hugely successful career based solidly on continually putting his finger on the pulse of a wide swath of the American public sentiments. John Rich is a 3-time Songwriter of the Year with 13 top 10 hits, including 2 written for Faith Hill. He's a political independent. He campaigned for and wrote and recorded a campaign song for John McCain. But one of his hits he recorded himself, Shutting Down Detroit, was populism-inspired. Written immediately after watching TV news reports of companies paying big bonuses after receiving taxpayer bailouts. That hit was brought from recording studio to market in 1 week in January 2009. On Celebrity Apprentice, Rich showed off his business savvy, competitiveness, and persuasive skills, somehow handling the likes of Gary Busey and Lil Jon, rebounding from a loss as project manager, and going on to set an Celebrity Apprentice record, raising $1.2 million for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. As a writer, producer, and entrepreneur, John Rich is frequently involved in finding new talent and helping launch careers, typified by his famous work with Gretchen Wilson, who skyrocketed from bartender to top recording artist with John as her mentor. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet, see, and hear from the only man ever to get Donald Trump to muss his hair by putting on a cowboy hat on national television. As always, Diamond members have a photo opportunity with Mr. Rich. Special activities at the GKIC Ranch. Return to the days of yesteryear when excitement waited beyond every turn, danger demanded courage every day, and treasure might be found at any time, when men were men and women were a lot tougher than they look, and a loyal horse was one's best friend. At Dan's Hacienda, luncheon and networking for Titanium and Platinum Mastermind members and invited guests. For implementation coaching members, another day. Dan's antiques from the Roy Rogers Museum will be on display, and you're welcome to take photos with Roy and the museum items. Photos with the stars, Diamond members only, personal photo opportunities with John Rich. In the saloon, the Diamond Members Lounge, a comfortable place to meet privately with other Diamond members, grab a snack, kick back, and cool your heels out of the hubbub of Main Street, safe from stray bullets. Sorry, only sarsaparilla served and guns must be checked at the door. And hey, don't miss the Diamond Members Dessert Grub and Campfire the night before the Super Conference, where you can sound off and let all your Diamond partners know what you're all about. If you can manage to say something magnetic, you could attract somebody with gold to share. Main Street Boardwalk, experts and vendors exhibit area, with more select exhibitors than ever and special GKIC exhibits and information booths. The place to find the guns and ammo you need to implement faster and the fastest gun in the West. Also, try your luck at the GKIC Casino and Card Room. Play a single hand of blackjack, spin the Wheel of Fortune, maybe win GKIC apparel, souvenirs, resources, or even a fly-on-the-wall spot at a Platinum Mastermind meeting conducted by Dan. Forget the bunkhouse, you can sleep at home. Night Owl After Hours time on Main Street Boardwalk. Book signings and photo opportunities. Meet the new sheriff and her lawman reception so you can sit and talk a spell with GKIC's CEO Betty Tomaszewicz and the HQ team. Got an idea you want to picture for GKIC? A suggestion for future events? A business question for the A-team with vast experience buying and building businesses, mergers and acquisitions, recruiting top talent? This is your chance. Young Guns Days, backed by popular demand, a special Young Entrepreneurs and Future Millionaires program over 2 days. See registration form for details. Also, movie night with pizza, popcorn, and classic Western TV serials. A spectacular silent auction for charities. Dan's long-owned Charlie One-Horse designer branded cowboy hat with a real rattlesnake on its brim, autographed by Dan. A Larry Wingett cowboy shirt, just like he wears on Fox TV, autographed from the Maverick TV show. Framed posters signed by James Garner with a commemorative plate from the Super Conference with Dan's signature. And a day and night at the Barns and Track with Dan. Out to the track at sunrise, a ride on the track behind a racehorse, visit to a working blacksmith shop, and souvenir horseshoe right off a racehorse's foot. Long Pick Dan's Brain Lunch, afternoon nap at the bunkhouse, and night at the races with a thrilling ride in the starting car in an actual race. Professionally videotaped for your use afterward. YouTube breathlessly awaits. Don't miss these one-of-a-kind, never-to-repeat opportunities. Come on, have you ever seen an activities and added value extras lineup like this before at a GKIC Super Conference? No, you have not. Ever. You gotta be at this rodeo. Cowboys and aliens. It is the wild, wild west on the new frontier of online marketing and media. Man, this landscape changes faster and the gags pop up in blazing saddles. That's why we corralled the top guns of internet marketing to reveal the latest and greatest firepower there is to tame the internet. You'll get the newest money-making tactics for SEO, PPC, Facebook, mobile media, online video, offline-online integration from real bronc busters. Not all hat-no-cattle pretenders who are making real money for themselves and their clients every darn day. Breakout sessions and speakers include Jeff Herring has fast become a living legend of traffic generation. And more importantly, quality traffic generation via article marketing. He's the go-to gunslinger, showing entrepreneurs, online marketers, authors, local practice professionals, and others how to leverage their know-how and content and the power of the internet with an autopilot system. Rich Fairsey of WhereAnswers.com says, quote, Jeff Herring's system is the reason I was able to increase my sales 47% while the entire company was down 25% and our industry was down 40%, end quote. Whether yours is a local bricks and mortar business or a global e-commerce empire, Jeff can show you how to build a bigger, better, hyper-responsive list and trigger traffic on demand with article marketing. And don't worry, he'll also show you how to easily create all the content you need. Ryan Deiss. Is there anybody doing more with online media for more businesses, better keeping pace with the fast-changing frontier? A self-made millionaire, Ryan Deiss is one of the most respected gurus in the internet marketing field. Only 30 years old, Ryan has already launched countless training courses on varied subjects such as social media, SEO, and continuity. Ryan is a self-made internet success who's one of the leading, if not the leader, in the world of online list-building strategies. At the young age of 25, he owned over 20 websites, earning him several $1 million a year. Today, he's used his list-building skills to leverage them in over 10 different markets, from stock trading to chemicals to anything internet-related. Ryan's committed to bringing his best stuff, his hottest discoveries, fully illustrated and demonstrated with actual examples so you can run out of here weak-kneed, but racing to put his reveals to work as fast as you can. Maritza Para, social media wrangler extraordinaire. Hey, before social media was called social media, Maritza was using it, and because of it, was discovered and interviewed by Oprah. She's a weekly columnist for McClatchy Tribune, plugged in business and technology, and a busy coach consultant to authors, experts, small business owners, and online marketers on using her content marketing cash machine to drive traffic through social media to websites, create magnetic and sticky content, get found by major media outlets, and convert it all to real money, not just statistics. Example, quote, I increased my jewelry sales by 1,200% using your methods, end quote, from PaysonJewelry.com. Quote, my videos are at the top 1, 3, 4, and 6 positions for my market on YouTube. Now I'm getting high-paid speaking engagements and clients. This is like a dream come true, end quote, from drjoanne.com. Perry Marshall. First, he conquered Google AdWords, helping over 100,000 Google advertisers save billions of dollars in AdWords stupidity taxes. Most recently, his groundbreaking book, The Ultimate Guide to Facebook Advertising, How to Access 600 Million Customers, peeled back the curtain and exposed secret formulas for real return on investment from use of this media. At this session, Perry will reveal his newest discoveries, predict fast-evolving trends, threats, and opportunities in Google, Facebook, and other frontier towns, and point local and global marketers to their best online advertising opportunities. I'll tell you, Perry is a truth teller. Don't miss this high-value session. More faculty? Yep, we just ain't sure yet, but there'll be a couple more internet cowboys or cowgirls bringing more firepower, individually or on a panel. Insider look at newest online marketing strategies working at GKIC and more. The real deal on everything online, only here at the 2012 GKIC Super Conference. We'll also have special features and breakout sessions at this Wild West event, like the fastest reader in the West. Knowledge management in the age of overwhelm. How to read faster, comprehend information better, and use ideas more profitably. Howard Berg is recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's fastest reader. Recently seen on Neil Cavuto on Fox, speed reading and explaining the 2,000-plus page Obamacare legislation. Over 650,000 copies of his original mega speed reading course have been sold by Nightingale Conant and via TV.
Howard has appeared on over 1,000 radio and TV programs, featured in Forbes and Boardroom's Bottom Line, shared the stage with Zig Ziglar and Dan Kennedy, and is a dynamic, entertaining, amazing presenter who will challenge you and unleash your underused capabilities to assimilate, organize, and productively use information. From Howard, learn how to dramatically increase your reading speed. Focus on the 5 PowerPoints for mastery of any subject. Strengthen memory. Even overcome writer's block. As you probably know, Dan speed reads and considers it a priceless, valuable ability. Dan's often asked about this. His friend Howard Berg has the answers. Special note, Howard will also be delivering a separate presentation to the young entrepreneurs attending. How to get better grades, make studying easier, and have more time for the things you love. Next is a fistful of aces. How to put yourself and your ideas across. Bart Queen, author of 10 Keys to Remarkability, has been seen on CBS, NBC, Fox, and in USA Today, and is frequently called on to coach corporate CEOs and executives, entrepreneurs, attorneys, and other professionals in the art and science of clearly, concisely, and powerfully communicating. Whether you're attempting to put yourself and your ideas across face-to-face, in the boardroom, in the seminar room, or via media, or in the virtual world, you can strengthen your ability to articulate your position with greater impact and influence from Bart's insightful methodology. Also featured is a posse you can count on. No entrepreneur can really succeed as a lone ranger. How to attract and recruit winners and drive high-level staff performance. Is there anything more vexing to most entrepreneurs than trying to get, keep, manage truly efficient staff? Jay Henderson is the founder of Real Talent Hiring, providing a proprietary, sophisticated, extraordinarily accurate system for organizing your search and hiring. To know in advance how potential staff members will perform in your business, and for driving high performance in individuals or teams. Jay is only one of 8 master certified consultants in the world trained to use the specific predictive science behind his system. His exceptional background includes 5 years as a regional manager over clients and consultants in 9 states with the Covey Leadership Center, the business built on Stephen Covey's best-selling book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. One of our great GKIC members, Tim Seward at ROI Revolution says, quote, "Since we started putting all new hires through Jay's process, we've finally developed a team that is so strong, so competent, that clients are asking me how I built such a great team." End quote. Jonathan Maxwell of Amazing Brands Restaurant says, quote, "I'm blown away by how effective this is for us." End quote.
The next cowboy Dan wants to introduce is the incomparable, indomitable, irascible Larry Winget, truth be told. You've no doubt seen Larry on Fox, Fox Financial, and other TV programs, or as host of his own reality show on A&E, Big Spender. Kinda hard to miss in his peacock colorful western shirts, shiny bald dome, lots of jewelry, odd beard. He's in your face, attacking traditional thinking and stupidity, telling simple but provocative truths, challenging folks, and he'll challenge you to get a grip on what you really, really want. Get yourself organized and get it.
Larry'll have you laughing so hard tears will run down your face, but then he'll hit you square between the eyes with a 2x4 of plain spoken wisdom. Larry got rich, went broke, figured out how to get it right the second time around, and has created his own successful businesses and lasting wealth. He's mastered high personality promotion, made the media work. His book, It's Called Work for a Reason, was a runaway New York Times bestseller. Plenty of smart folks will tell you a session with Larry is a ride on a bucking bronco you don't want to miss. To be serious for a moment, Larry points out the contradictions of what we say we want and our actual actions, in perfect sync with Dan's key renegade millionaire truth that success is not about thought, but about behavior. Read some Wingetisms on the other side of this page. Don't miss this opportunity to meet and hear from the pit bull of personal development in person. Winget and Dan go way back, before he was rich and famous, and before Dan was rich. Dan promises you, Larry speaks from long, tough road personal experience, the kind that makes advice authentic. Next, Dan Kennedy himself with a special presentation titled, When You've Only Got 6 Bullets. What are the 6 best and essential marketing entrepreneurial silver bullets you should never leave the ranch to ride the open range without? Halbert used to ask, how would you put together a direct mail campaign if your life or your kidnapped child's life depended on its success? Robert Collier said a copywriter should invest all he knew in each project as if his life depended on it. Few approach their work this way. Few are rich. Maybe just a coincidence? So if Dan Kennedy could only have 6 strategies or tactics to use, which 6 would Dan stake his life on? In this session, Dan will show and tell you exactly that and why and how to apply them to your business. This also gets to the issue of focus, the range and diversity of media, the number of marketing activities possible, the pressure to spread yourself thinner, the stress of just keeping up, even the exit from the super conference with more ideas than you can haul, let alone do. How do you focus on what's most important and beneficial to you? How do you pick the best 6 bullets to load in your revolver? Dan is a master at ignoring things, at denying distractions and working his personal plan. Here, Dan will give you some insight into all that. Clarity is one of the most valuable things any person can ever possess. About who they are, about what they're trying to accomplish, about what deserves their energy and what doesn't, about what to do today to best move forward. Let's find the 6 points of greatest leverage in your business, in your experience, in your story. The Pony Express rides again. Yes, the hottest new marketing and sales media is direct mail. All the cool kids are using it. Ryan Deiss, Russell Brunson, Frank Kern. Google's using it. Companies selling website development, SEO training workshops, and software use it. In issue after issue of the No BS Marketing Letter, Dan's been providing research and case history, proof and examples of nonprofits and charities, the 50 top direct marketing companies, and others' reliance on direct mail. Well, Dan has had a long and unending love affair with direct mail. Recently at a meeting, a client of Dan's talked about his 6 years uninterrupted use of a sales letter Dan wrote for him, which has now been worth more than $6 million, but as importantly, has needed no changes in 6 years. That, cowboys and cowgirls, is an asset to admire and covet. His is just one such example of many. So here's what Dan says. No matter what your business is, he can show you how to improve its sales, profits, new customer acquisition, and stability with smart direct mail. And on stage, right before your very eyes, Dan will show you 5 different maximum profit direct mail strategies ready to apply to your business. And you'll get the examples in a direct mail Gold Rush manual given only with this session. If you can't take Dan's Gold Rush manual home and use it to create a fast cash flow surge or plug a hole in your bucket to capture lost sales, you're a worthy candidate to join the gang that can't shoot straight. Dan is so certain of his ability that he's issuing the Dan Kennedy $10,000 Direct Mail Challenge. If you can come forward in a business that Dan can't show you examples of successful, profitable direct mail in or produce a direct mail strategy for, he'll award you $10,000 cash on stage at the Super Conference in front of God and everybody. Deadline, December 30th. Fax a 1-page description of the business and the challenge with your complete contact info, including fax number, mandatory or entry void, to Dan at 602-269-3113. Clearly marked Super Conference Direct Mail Challenge. New first year, added pre-conference GKIC marketing when GKIC marketing shouldn't work. You asked for this, you got it. Special interest groups for GKIC members in niche fields and with shared interests to share specific information directly linked to their businesses. Frankly, it's an experiment. If y'all respond well, we'll do more of it. For lawyers and other professional advisors, Secrets of Great Legal Marketing and Networking presented by Ben Glass. Ben Glass is the CEO of Great Legal Marketing LLC, providing advertising, marketing and business training, tools, done-for-them services, and coaching to attorneys and law firms nationwide, including personal injury, DUI, family law, and other kinds of practices. Ben's own highly successful law firm based in Fairfax, Virginia, leads the field in innovative, successful offline and local online marketing. During this special interest group session, you'll get a look at some of the most effective legal marketing from Ben's firm and top law practices using his strategies, and have an opportunity to network and share information with fellow professionals. Session open to attorneys, CPAs, financial professionals, and other advisors. For doctors, chiropractic physicians, dentists, MDs, etc. Secrets of Great Healthcare Marketing and Networking. During this special interest group session, you'll get a look at some of the most effective legal marketing from Ben's firm and top law practices using his strategies, and have an opportunity to network and share information with fellow professionals. Session open to all operators of local healthcare practices, as well as other health-related businesses. For thought leaders, authors, speakers, workshop presenters, and coaches, presented by Dan Kennedy. Dan Kennedy has sustained status as a celebrated and respected thought leader, author, speaker, and advisor over 35 years in multiple niches. Peers in professional speaking, chiropractic, and dentistry, as consultant to the consultants, and with the broad spectrum of small business owners and entrepreneurs. In part one of this unique session, he'll speak candidly about entering and creating celebrity, credibility and controversy in a market, building an audience, and sustaining longevity and the interest of that audience over an extended period of time, as he's gone from young gun to elder statesman in his markets. In part two, Dan will also share insider's information about his approaches to authorship and publishing as a whole, having books published and leveraging them, and the development of high-interest content. There will also be extended open Q&A time and networking with those who share your interests. Of course, our Wild Wild West show wouldn't be complete without a bonus day. Gunfight at the GKIC Corral. A new Marketer of the Year competition and showcase with top winners in 10 categories going to Winners Weekend Mastermind with Dan and a special guest expert in Orlando, Florida. All expenses paid. Runners-up get GKIC cash and other awards and prizes. All winners receive recognition in the No BS marketing letter and the right to use their award designation in their personal marketing. The GKIC Marketer of the Year, one of the 10 category winners, wins a $5,000 cash award or a 40-minute telephone consultation with Dan. During the gunfight, you'll see the very best marketing gunfighters in GKIC membership dueling it out, and you're bound to ride off into the sunset with your saddlebags loaded down with fantastic ideas. Of course, you're urged to strap it on and compete yourself. Entry instructions provided as soon as you register. Category winners announced at high noon. We'll also have lunch and expert roundtables. At least 10 different selected experts on different advertising, marketing, online marketing, and money-making subjects will lead table discussions for 2 hours, so you can roam as you choose and pose your questions to the experts of your choice. Also, our good friend Dave D will have a table teaching you a close-up money magic trick you can swiftly master and use to amaze and astound all the cowpokes back at your ranch. You'll be the star at the campfire. Don't miss the final gunfight. 2 of the 10 category winners and finalists will be put to a test of cunning and fast draw speed on stage, revealing the most prized and profitable strategy they've drawn from GKIC and use in their business. Then, the Marketer of the Year will be decided by the hanging judge. The runner-up gets the noose. Lee Miltier. How to hit your targets like a dead-eye crack shot without a moment's hesitation. Lee Miltier has an extraordinary track record of speaking and coaching salespeople, executives, and entrepreneurs to peak performance, including work with many of America's most respected companies like Disney and FedEx, even NASA, and of course with GKIC, and now its IC program, Implementation Coaching. Lee is particularly gifted at getting entrepreneurs to clarity of purpose and plan, so that productive implementation is possible. At SuperConference 2012, she'll be sharing new research and information about the psychology of implementation, as well as breakthroughs achieved by GKIC members working with her methods. There will also be a separate breakout session and/or luncheon for implementation coaching members. But wait, there's more. 2 high-value money-in-your-pocket go-home-and-do-it no BS sessions with Dan's latest co-authors. Jeff Slutsky, No BS Grassroots Marketing, turning pennies into dollars, making advertising and marketing pay at the local level, creating and implementing great promotions for new customers or cash flow surges. Take home a golden lasso for the local bricks-and-mortar business, service business, practice restaurant. Here's the system that never fails for increasing sales at the local level with a shoestring budget. Jeff gets out there, sleeves rolled up, and does it, often creating grassroots marketing campaigns for a selected group of fast food restaurants, stores, or other businesses in a local area, mobilizing the operators and staffs, coordinating strategic alliances and promotions with other merchants, attending to every detail on the ground for weeks at a time. The Wall Street Journal says, quote, "Results. That's the best way I know to describe Jeff's program." End quote. McDonald's. Quote, "Slutsky's a master at strategies for small businesses that don't have a lot of money to spend." End quote. Dan has known Jeff for at least 20 years and has now worked closely with him on our new grassroots marketing book. And Dan can personally attest to the fact that Jeff knows his stuff. Deals in dollars-based, ruthlessly accountable return on investment, well-proven strategies. Dan loves this stuff. This is where Dan grew up and still loves to work, in the real world, bringing real customers through real doors to local promotional seminars and in-office, in-store events, to sales, back for repeat business. Jeff is a master at it. If you want practical from an in-the-trenches guy, do not miss this session. Jason Mars, No BS Price Strategy, Advanced Strategies Pricing for Profit, Prosperity, and Purpose, How to Make This Super Conference Free. Fix your damn fence, money's wandering off. The price strategy book Jason and Dan co-authored is proving to be the most powerful of all the No BS books, with instant, positive results reported by many. But it's just the beginning. Here's your opportunity to dig deeper and market and sell much smarter, and to easily repay your investment in the entire Super Conference and next year's as well, with some well-crafted adjustments to your price strategy immediately upon returning home. Jason is creator of The Simple Strategic Pricing System and an intense researcher, innovator, and coach in all aspects of price. From getting business people past their own price reluctance to erasing their prospects' and customers' price resistance. That's powerful stuff. In this special session, discover the 4 purposes of price and how to leverage them, the common self-sabotage mistakes. Examples: why adding value can do harm, not good, and steal your pricing power. Jason, by the way, is known to many GKIC members as the guy who competes with free, famously marketing his wife's practice at premium fees up against free government services promoted to parents through the schools. Dan personally promises you're robbing yourself right now, and Jason rides to your rescue. There is money waiting for you in this session.
Of course, what would a super conference be without a super guarantee? If at the dinner break of day number 1, you do not agree that you are participating in a life-altering event and experience of super importance and value to you, you may advise us of your disappointment, exit the conference and the hotel with a full 100% refund of your fee plus up to a $500 reimbursement of documented air travel and hotel costs. Go ahead and click on the registration button below now to get on your way to attend the greatest marketing and money-making event ever assembled.